Hi, and welcome back to part two. Okay, I felt this deserved its own isolated video. Okay, because this is one of the most existential words that prove that these are Marxists and communists, of how much they hate America. Okay. Now, in the list of harmful words that the university has put out, one of the first words to be on the chopping block is the word America. So therefore, we can't call our country the United States of America because America's a harmful word. So if the communists and Marxists had their way in chopping off or getting rid of the word America, our country would only be known as the United States. The United States of what? Nothing. Just the United States. So it could be the United States of anything. The United States of communism. The United States of communists. The United States of Marxists. This is their way of getting rid of our country. By getting rid of the word America, we can no longer be called Americans. It's their attempt at getting rid of America. They hate America so much, they want to get rid of the word America and relabel the name of our country. Completely discard the Constitution because the word America appears on the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. This is their way of wiping the United States of America off the map and calling it something else. So the entire American culture is now under attack, and it's out in the open, it's obvious, it's conspicuous. By getting rid of the word America, you are getting rid of our country as it has stood for over 250 years. And the values and morals and history they're trying to get, and it's, demonizing Abraham Lincoln, who actually freed the slaves, demonizing Washington, who was the first person to come up with the idea of freeing the slaves, even though he was a slave owner himself. And he saw people in the community of people of color having a lot of dignity and like other human beings. And this during a plague that occurred in Washington, D.C. And this is what gave him the idea to eliminate or obliterate the slave trade or the slave situation and pay those servants. Washington believed that the slaves are very proud people and deserve to be treated like other ordinary men. So he said he loved his staff, or he loved the slaves who were slaves, but they were not tortured. That's the thing that these Marxists were trying to say, oh, it's so bad, slavery was so bad, da 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 da. They weren't tortured. They didn't live in poverty. Matter of fact, the slaves were well cared for, well treated. They lived in nice homes. They, you know, they had one of the most wonderful jobs without pay that they ever did. And now his wife Martha was like, pay them? What are they gonna do? I mean, free the slaves? What are they gonna do? And George Washington said, well, they can work for money just like we do, or like other folks do. Give them a salary. Something back in the 1700s that was completely, unheard of. And it took 100 years before Lincoln made it a reality. So the slaves were not, I think when they talk about slaves in this way, they're probably thinking of the slaves in chains, like in the movie Roots and the book Roots. If you saw that miniseries, of the slaves in chains and whipped with a whip and stuff like that. They weren't treated that way. They weren't treated that way. Mm-mm. And many of the slaves, when Washington was setting them free, the main slave said to George Washington, could we stay with you? George said, you really want to stay with us? And he said, yes, I've come to love both you and Mrs. Washington, and I'd love to stay with you. And George says, okay, and you will get a salary. Now, that's what they're not teaching the kids in this new curriculum. But anyway, so they want to get rid of the idea of America. And everything that America stands for, they want to get rid of. Now, that sounds like something that Iranians would, actually Iranians call America the big Satan. And they chant, death to America, death to America. If America is going to be a harmful word, then they got to tell the Iranians to stop using that word. Go ahead. You go over to Iran and you tell them stop chanting death to America, because America is a harmful word. You got to use a different word. So if you're going to get rid of the word America, you can't just put your feet in the wading pond. You got to dive in from the diving board. Okay? If you feel that way of getting rid of the word America, then go to Iran and tell them stop using that word. If not, shut up and stop telling us not to use the word America. It's either all or nothing. You can't pick and choose here. If America's a harmful word, then America's a harmful word, and everybody, including your enemies, must stop using the word. You can't be selective here. So I think it's stupid, it's scary, it is frightening, but it's also revealing. Because now we know that not only do these Marxists hate America, they hate the word America because of all it stands for. So they feel that they can get rid of the word America. That will wipe America off the face of the map and obliterate American culture.
What's going on in the case?
And they've even said something to this effect. I think Bernie Sanders said it, and I think Chuck Schumer also said it about the transformation of this country. Now I see how. So if we're not in the Civil War by now, we are headed down that way. And it ain't going to be a pretty picture. This will be a real Civil War. Because now we have to fight for America's very life. The life of the country itself. Because now the country is threatened with extinction from within. And we have to call these people for what they are. They are Marxists. Stop using the word Democrat. The Democrat Party died some time ago. And they're calling these Marxists still Democrats. No. These are not Democrats. These are Marxists and communists. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'll see you later. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye.